So today I'm going to be talking about Monovich's screen genealogy. So I'm going to be going over the things that I've highlighted in the readings, and then based off of the notes that I took for class. So the first thing I wanted to point out was the human-computer interface that we have. You know, it's a different way of art and communication. It transports us. It helps us have this different experience. And it's also an intelligence, something that we have dialogue with. It's engaging with us. And one thing that I didn't really think about until the reading said, but all these things are possible because of the screen. And the screen, you could just think of like your computer or your tablet, your phone, the TV, and those are all examples of screens. But I wanted to talk about the definition that the book says. So on page 95, it says the existence of another virtual space, another three-dimensional world enclosed by a frame and situated inside our normal space. So that's our definition from the book, which is really important. And so that's what a screen is. Now, going through the genealogy, we want to start off with the classical screen. That was the first kind of screen. And so this screen is flat. It's usually a rectangular surface. It's usually a frontal view meant to see from the front. It's in a normal setting. And it's a window into another place. And it's usually a different scale. Just like this video, I'm not life-size. I'm smaller. So that's what the classical screen is. But it's also a permanent image. It doesn't move. It's just like a picture. And so these examples are like 15th century paintings, film screens, computer screens. And so it's just to take you into this different reality, this one-dimensional screen. And so that's how the classical screen started. As time goes on, we now have the dynamic screen. Now, the dynamic screen, it's not just a flat image, it's a changing image over time. It completely fills your screen, so the viewer is expected to concentrate completely on the screen. We think of this when we go to the movie theaters. It takes up the whole screen, and we get frustrated when when the movie isn't filling up the entire screen. Because now we're no longer just in this place concentrating on the screen. Now it's kind of bothering us because we kind of see the outside world and for what it is. And so the screens with the dynamic screen is more aggressive. It is more in your face, and it's that expectation, like pay attention to me. But the problem that we run in with is like the computer. You can open multiple windows. We can have Facebook open, we could have Spotify open, we could have Netflix open, we could have our homework open all at the same time, and we could switch back and forth between each one as we listen to different things or do different things throughout the day. And so that disrupts that expected concentration. No single window is dominated by our attention. It's also compared to like switching channels. Like when a commercial comes in the middle of your show and you go to a different channel, goes back and forth, you aren't focusing on just one channel anymore. I can compare that to today, how like we have the TV could be on, but we're on our phones, and so we're no longer just in the TV and no longer on the phone. And I think that's due to the changing images. We aren't focused on just one thing, and so our mind is constantly going through these changing images. One thing they was created to kind of overcome that is virtual reality, those VR screens. The screen disappears, and now you're just you're fully situated in this other place. No matter where you look, you're always going to be in it. So there's no way out of it. So it's this constantly moving image. But it's also of the past. It's a past video, not one that's currently happening right now. And then the third screen is called real time, or screen in real time. So this can be continually updated, like your computer screen can be continually updated, a live feed, Facebook video, live Instagram. It's the reality. It's what's going on right now. It's not pre-recorded. Also, radars can track an object in space, and you can see what's going on right there and then. So unlike classical and dynamic screen, the real-time screen was used for its military use. It was used for surveillance, to track things and figure things out. Also, on page 101 and 102, it talks about SAGE and how SAGE is this interactive screen where when the ships are going by and they touch it, press a button, it automatically knows what they want it to do. So the screen becomes interactive. They could touch it and say that I want to track this, I want to do this. And so that's what real-time screens are doing now. They're what's present. So comparing all these things to politics, because that's what the class is, we could see pictures, a framed picture of a political candidate that we would like. And so that's our focus. It's this static, permanent image that we look at. All right, so that's what the classical screen does. The dynamic screen is this moving image of the past. So we could see a commercial, we could see a video that a candidate has made, something that was in the past that we use. But real-time screen, this would be like a live video of a debate going on between candidates. And so these different screens, we could see the value in each of them. The classical screen, I guess it could just imprint an image in our head and what we're looking at. The dynamic screen would really focus in our attention, because that's the point of the dynamic screen. It's aggressive to pull our concentration. We're expected to view this video, something in front of us. And I think that goes along with the last reading that we have about if these just advertisements going around or if it's focused in on one person. But the dynamic screen definitely requires your attention. The real-time screen, those live videos, those could be very useful in what's going on now. And even on live videos, I don't know if candidates would do this, but on live videos you can usually comment and ask questions during it. And so that would be really helpful and really useful for their elections, right? So I know I'm going over time, but I had my 2 questions are, what further advances to screens do you think / hope to see in the future? And how can we use screens more effectively in making the world a better place? Whether that be politically, spiritually, whatever you like. Those are just my 2 questions. I look forward to see all of your answers. Thanks, guys.